What's up, horror fam?
You know what time it is.
Today we got a special guest.
Let's get into this. Hey, I did it that time.
You got it right, actually, for the first time in 3 weeks.
What's up? We are joined tonight by Mr. Adam Hill.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing this evening?
Good.
We are rocking. I'm Ryan. This is Bradley, and that's
The guy that didn't screw up the intro tonight.
Surprisingly.
I don't see the record button. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe I forgot to record.
Nope, it's recording.
It's recording.
You would have screwed that one.
You guys are getting all this juicy crap on. So Adam, what's going on, man? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been with the haunted house industry for 14 years. Been with Haunt Seekers since 2019. As of January 1st, was promoted to COO of the company. We do haunt reviews all over the country and paranormal as well. Each state has their own paranormal investigation team as well. Haunt Seekers is kind of the corporate thing that runs everything, and then everybody has their own team as well, because not everybody can travel all the time. Missouri team is actually getting ready to do a investigation sometime next weekend. On Saturday. I'm not 100% sure of the name of the town. It's right outside of Columbia.
Missouri?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep. So you guys have teams in like every state.
Yeah.
Underneath.
We're working on it. Tennessee is our biggest. Tennessee and Missouri and Georgia are our biggest areas right now.
Awesome.
We have a few in Kentucky as well.
So, are those the same people who do the, I guess you would say, reviews of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we some people only do reviews, but like I know Missouri's team, majority of my Missouri team, they do both sides.
Gotcha.
They're working both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
Just like Bradley.
Just like Bradley over there.
It's bi-curious, guys. Come on, get it right.
It's okay.
Adam, don't let us offend you. I don't know if you've listened to any of our episodes, but
I have.
We're kind of lunatics.
Yeah, I got zero filter.
Yeah. So you feel free to say whatever the hell you want.
Y'all will fit in perfect if you ever come with us on one of the times.
Nice. And Ryan and I had talked about that. We might be interested in doing something like that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Well,
Is clothing optional?
For you, yes.
The private gigs, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever happens after we're off air, I mean, that's what happens.
All right.
see?
That's normally when the paranormal stuff happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely scary.
Subnormal, for sure.
Is that paranormal or abnormal?
It's above average, okay?
Like you're saying,
5.15 inches.
May depend on the day.
Yeah. Are you having a good dick day or a bad dick day? Your kids aren't in the room, are they?
Oh, God, no. They're in the other room.
Okay.
I spaced them out.
All right, nice.
He's not allowed around any kids. Not even on Zoom calls.
And so it begins. See, I told you we were going to have fun.
Yeah, quickly.
Of course.
So how did you get into the haunted house gig?
So I started working the haunted house industry. I worked at Fear Factory when I first started. It's turned into Cobb Factory, that type of thing. They've changed the name like 4 or 5 times. But when I started, it was back in, I think it was 2010, because my ex-wife's brother worked for the fire department, which the chief of the fire department was the one that ran the haunt.
Fucking Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he asked me, he goes, can you come out and work? And it kind of just went from there.
Nice.
Since I've started, I've created a character. I know you guys come out to the Haunted Float and did a podcast this year.
We did.
I was Pennywise this year, but after you guys left at the end, I brought Marco out, which was the character that Dexter helped me create.
Okay.
All right, on.
And then I created them together. They're cousins, and they kind of run around. So I've been doing it long enough to create a character.
That's
That's awesome, man.
So do you just work? Are you still working events? Or are you guys just now? Are you more into the doing reviews and the paranormal investigation thing?
I actually still work an event. I know the owner, Matthew Tucker, and I have talked about doing a haunted house. I know we're working with Billy, who owns the distillery there in Tennessee, where our office is.
Okay.
And so we do a lot of the public paranormal tours there now, but those will start up in, I believe, the end of March. I think it's March. I want to say March 27th. That weekend we're doing one.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at the picture right now. Are you talking about that Short Mountain Distillery?
Yes.
Okay, right on.
We are going to do a haunted house. I believe we're going to try to work with them doing a haunted house eventually as well down there.
That'll be cool. Hell yeah.
Sweet, yeah, because we got some plans too down the road. You know,
we got big plans.
Slowly working on things ourselves with the podcast. You know, because we also are going to be doing investigations and all kinds of other things. And Bradley has his own mud park, and we're been doing a haunted trail ride there, and it's actually a really kick-ass setup. A chance to do something that's really not normal in that aspect of things.
Yeah, you want to stand out.
Yeah, and it's really, I mean, last year was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. And you of all people know that's the only way you can make it is if you stand out amongst the crowd.
Yeah, you have to find a way to stand out and do something different, which is what our guys are doing down there in Tennessee. Matthew Garrett, the owner and the co-owner, or the co-owner and the owner, Matthew Tucker, they've done a good job. They have a good setup. There's a lot, some lights and everything at the office.
Nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah. So I'm assuming then you're in Missouri.
I am in Missouri. Yes.
Sweet. Yeah. Cause see, that's the thing. Like with us, we got so much that we're going to be doing over time. But with the haunted trail ride with Bradley's park out there, this next year, we're going to be putting a lot of effort into that. This next year coming up is going to be pretty badass.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and get it pushed out there. And
I got to get out there and look around and, see what we're working with. But
you guys get it together and then you let us know. We'll come out, send a couple guys out there to do a review, even if I can't make it. But
sure,
I can always send people out there.
We'd love to have you come down though, man.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. It's going to, cause
even if you can get away and do some clowning with us on a weekend, that'd be kick ass.
Yeah.
I know that's a busy time of the year for you, but
I can always find a way, I'm sure.
Yeah, cool. Hell yeah.
Well,
so I want to do some 6 degrees of separation with you here.
Okay.
So I heard
this ends with you being naked, just so you know.
Or me, the choice is yours.
No,
Okay.
it's more like 45 degrees than, to the left. Yeah.
To my defense, it is.
So
45 degrees in
so
here,
I
too.
heard from a little birdie, Dexter, that you at one time worked at the Darkness. Is that true?
I auditioned for the Darkness, and I went to Creepy World because I guess that's where they do most of their auditions anymore.
Right.
And they told me I had the management there was not Larry, but it was other people that said you have to say boo and roar, and I laughed at them and I walked out.
I gotcha. So you never actually worked with them. Okay.
No,
okay.
I refuse.
All right.
I've trained a lot of actors, and that was one thing I've always trained them not to say is boo and roar.
Yeah.
And so to go in there and for them to tell me, I just laughed at them. I'm like, "Are you serious?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, bye."
No. Yeah. I gotcha. It's just kind of funny that you would audition for them. I know Larry Kirchner. His little brother is one of my best friends.
Okay.
And I never got along with Larry.
That seems like an ongoing thing in the haunted industry.
His partner at the time, Jim Kelly, though, super cool guy. I worked for Jim Kelly for a little while. They decided they were going to do a fireworks stand one year, and they knew me because of Gary. You know, I mean, I grew up.
Right.
You know, Larry was older than us, and he always picked on us, and he was just a fucking dick. You know.
Yeah.
But
so there goes that connection.
But anyway, no, believe me, he knows it.
Sounds like JT can't handle getting bullied a little bit.
No, he knows it. Well, you know, my ass was sore, so. But yeah, I worked with Jim for a while.
Jim, Jim he went out and he started a haunted house out in Branson.
Oh shit! Is that Branson Hell something?
Screaming haunted.
What was
Scream
that?
Park.
I just saw that in here.
Park or something. I thought that was him because he said he was his old business partner. I'm pretty positive it was Jimmy. We went down and did a review. Because I drove down Branson with a group, and we went down and did a review.
Branson Haunted Scream Park.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, okay.
We went out and did a review. Super nice. Him and his wife were very nice, very open to our us being there. Was very welcoming. We had a lot of fun. They actually scared one of our reviewers to the point he was puking. So there you go.
Ah, that's sweet. Hell yeah. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know he had kind of went off on his own and did some shit. Because I know Larry started that. What was it? Haunt World magazine or something.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think that's him that owns that.
You know what always pissed me off about Larry was that fucker is doing what I have always dreamed about doing.
And you know why he is? Because he's not scared to be bullied.
Because he's not scared to be bullied.
Sometimes you got to be a dick in life.
I just think my balls aren't as big as his.
You either got to be the dick or take the dick.
Hey, believe me, there was times I was.
What my uncle used to tell me.
We're definitely getting kicked off of YouTube for this.
Fuck you.
But we don't care.
I got my thoughts.
We're going to end up getting kicked off of YouTube anyway. I think everybody's going to get kicked off of there.
But no.
They're censoring everybody.
Oh yeah.
It's a bad deal.
Well, see something too with the podcast that we're doing here too. You know, it's cool getting connected with people like you and everyone else kind of in this type of industry because there's so many different things you can do. So like for us, like you said, you seen we were out there at the Haunted Float. We're wanting to start doing promotional videos and stuff like that too, kind of shooting promos for people and whatnot. And we're getting into that. That's going to be part of our deal and stuff. But we're really going to start getting into investigations.
Yeah.
I used to do that stuff, just amateur shit on my own with some people back in the day. I love this stuff. And I'm like,
now he's doing amateur podcast.
And porn too. So it all goes together.
I was about to say, and porn.
Yes.
Is that what I'm getting at? Yeah.
Hey man, that's where the money's at.
It's not gay if you're getting paid for it.
Speaking of horror, have you seen that movie Porno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that'd be fun to get down there to Tennessee and do some investigating with you guys, at least just once, and kind of make a whole, I don't know what you want to call it, documentary type thing or whatever, just some stuff we could throw up on our.
Yeah. I did talk with Tucker and Garrett. We talked about it. I mentioned it, and they said that they are more, that would be awesome. We can have dinner beforehand up at the distillery. It's they usually cut us a pretty good deal, and food's great. People up there are amazing. Very open arms. They've really outdone it. There's not too many places you can go and have an office and not have to pay rent.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's freaking sweet, dude.
See, that's my whole point, is making connections like that.
Yeah, but what about around here?
So yeah, you guys, I mean, I kind of, the Missouri team is mine and my friend Carmen's baby, as far as the Missouri team goes. And yeah, you're more than welcome to join us on those as well.
Yeah, see, I'm going to be doing, but we're probably going to be doing a bunch of stuff in Missouri for sure, starting off, because we're just kind of starting to make our videos and things like that. Yeah. But I most definitely want to get down there too to Tennessee, because I think that would be awesome to be able to work together with everybody, and then,
that would be cool.
Just keep on building that up. And
definitely
more importantly, I just love doing it. I like going out there and fucking checking shit out and seeing what the fuck's going on out there, and
right. And
I haven't done it in years, so.
But I would say you guys can carpool with we can all carpool together down there.
Okay.
We camp. Usually I go down for 2 days, but if you guys are only able to do one, that's fine. We just go down on I usually go down 2 Saturday nights, usually the night that we do our investigation, and then Saturday or Sunday we'd come home.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you said you camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they let us camp
so
out
let
there.
me ask you this: if we're camping and you wake up the next morning with a sore ass, would you tell anybody?
No, and I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm sure it would have been one of you guys.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Dude, I love this guy. He just jumps right in there with us.
But if you want to point those fingers, go right ahead.
It's not gay if you're trying to assert dominance.
Did you guys see that ghost last night?
He was going around touching people.
It was a sex ghost.
Going down.
I think it was the ghost of my mom's brother.
I swear that when we make our videos for the show, it's going to be a lot more
Serious.
serious.
A lot more professional.
With the podcast, we like to do our own thing on here, you know. That's another thing, too, is that, you know, we do our own thing on here. We don't give a shit. We got really no filters, you know. You're going to love us. You're going to hate us.
I think he can tell.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
But when it comes to doing investigations, we take that fucking pretty serious. So, you know, it's a two different things.
Yeah, we just like to have a good time. We like to push people to their limit and see how much they can put up with.
Yeah.
So far, dude, you're a trooper. Oh, no, wait. You're a happy camper.
Yeah.
Happy camper.
I just don't need a lawsuit. That's all I'm asking.
It's all right. He can help me pitch my tent.
Oh, sweet.
That's his plan.
Now that you like it, I don't think I want to.
Bradley's the good-looking one of the bunch. He'll have to help you pitch your tent.
Especially in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a real face for radio. I'm telling
I've
you.
got a face for radio.
Everybody looks better when it's dark, right?
Right.
Yep.
So hey, let's jump into some of your paranormal investigations.
Okay.
Have you guys been to some really cool places? I mean,
So our Missouri team has went to, some of them went to, the whole Haunt Seekers went out to Octagon Hall. Was our very first big company one in Kentucky, and they had a lot of energy, lots of things happening throughout the night. They kept trying to go live, but they couldn't get connection. Like when they say that spirits mess with stuff, they were definitely messing with it. They couldn't get any good feedback. I couldn't even talk to them on the phone.
Wow.
I could not go because I had just had liver surgery, and it sucked because I really wanted to go to Octagon Hall. Then we did the distillery before it became our office. And we went out there. I got punched the last time I was out at the distillery. Me and my son, my 12-year-old, went with me. We got growled at because I could see it, and it just wouldn't communicate with me. And I kept telling it, I actually told it to go fuck itself because it kept walking away. I said, go fuck yourself. And that's about the time he decided he was going to growl and punch me.
Oh, it growled at you. Oh, it must have worked for Creepy World.
Yeah, right?
No. No, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. We also had the Missouri team. We went out to a cemetery located out close to Hawk Point. And there we had a full figure where the guy had hung himself in the tree, and we could actually see it. We could not write, we can't write reviews because they don't want people scared to come out to the cemetery, but we did go out there, and that was something.
Do you know what the name of that place was?
It's the Hawk Point City Cemetery.
You say what? Satan's Tunnel? Is that you're talking about?
Satan's Tunnel is actually, it's like I think a mile and a half down the road from the cemetery.
Okay.
Sweet. See, because we're gonna be investigating all these places, I'm sure, because we got a lot of plans.
Unfortunately, this tunnel, I'm not sure who owns it, but they have security gates and security cameras up, so we have not been able to take a team out there.
We might know a guy.
Okay.
So,
yeah, by all means.
Yeah, by all means, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, and that's the thing too is everyone's been going to so many different places. You guys can reference us to places, or we could possibly reference you to places that we know about. and work together on that kind of thing.
For sure.
And then, down the road, we're planning on doing our own, aside from, because the Horror Chronicles podcast is basically the name of where the Horror Chronicles is running kind of the haunted trail ride on Bradley's Mud Park, because he's a big part of our team too.
Right.
And
I'm the face of the audio.
Yeah.
The face that runs the place.
He's the face of the audio. He's the guy you want to see behind the radio station. No, but
hell yeah.
We're going to eventually do our own haunted attraction too. It'll probably be down the road, and it may even be connected to the haunted trail ride. We don't know yet, but there's a lot to be in play. So it's kind of cool to see how you guys do it. Kind of get some, little hints here and there, some things that can help us out. And then also just getting together, having a good time, checking stuff out, building up that kind of group,
That relationship.
There,
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Somebody was telling me the other day, and I don't know if you've heard about this place. There's a place in Davisville, Missouri called Woodlock Cemetery. Have you heard about that place?
I've heard a little bit about it. I was actually planning on doing some research on it because we wanted to take – the Missouri team's getting anxious. We're getting restless.
Yeah.
And we got this message from a lady that we're going to go do next weekend, her house that she has been working on. And, it's one of those that she's slowly working on. She don't know if she's going to end up selling it or she's going to live there. So we're going to go do that this weekend or coming up this weekend. And then we want to go back to, I think we're going to end up going, I want to go back to the cemetery and doing it there too. But that is definitely something we're always looking into other things and to expand and go on more.
Yeah. And, and that's with us, all the research and stuff that we do, we run across stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, we definitely need to stay in touch. You can help us with some ideas and we can help you guys with some ideas.
For sure.
We've done a lot of stories around the area and different things. And we all, collectively, we know a lot of haunted places in Missouri.
Right. So you guys, I'm sure, have heard of the Union Screaming House.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We did an episode on that.
So I just had a lady that just started at my store at Papa John's. She's training to be a shift manager. Okay. And we were talking about paranormal stuff. She asked me why I didn't get the weekend off, is how the conversation got started. And I told her, and she and I were talking, come to find out her family is actually very good friends with Stephen LaChance.
Okay.
Oh, right
yeah.
on.
So I am hoping that through her, that I might finally get to kind of interview him and talk to him. I've read all his books and been a big fan, so it should be interesting if she can actually get me in contact with him.
Yeah, I've heard that he doesn't like to do a lot of interviews, but he will do them. Yes. And I think right now he's living in Mexico.
Yeah.
Honestly, is what I heard.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. It's not like he's hiding out down there or anything.
No.
Just, Stephen LaChance did a lot of work with the Paranormal Task Force out of St. Louis.
Yes, he did.
I had a friend of mine that was in that group for a little while, and he met him several times. I had never heard of the guy until my buddy told me about him. And I started doing some research on him and then, went through the whole Screaming House thing. And Ryan actually came to me one day. God, that was like one of our early episodes. That was probably like episode 4 or 5. He said, hey, let's do the Screaming House in Union. And we did it. And it turned out pretty good. We did kind of a split episode because I think that's the same episode we did the Vanishing Hitchhiker.
I think.
See, for me, I've been fascinated with Vanishing Hitchhiker stories all my life. So we did the story about Resurrection Mary on Archer Avenue in Chicago. And if you don't know anything about that story, do yourself a favor and read up on it because it was very creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's
very good. That's probably one of the best Vanishing Hitchhiker stories out there.
Yeah, the Screaming House though, that's a really, really cool story. And Yeah, it's really close to us. It's not too far from us. So I mean, it's
right. I know. I've driven by the home that it happened at. It's still very creepy feeling when you drive by.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, we would love to get in there, but I'm pretty sure that the person that owns it's pretty, hell bent on not letting anyone do an investigation.
I'd imagine they probably got people knocking on the door all the time.
I'm sure. I know, like I said, the distillery has been the most active for me so far since we started. But I know that the groups at Kentucky Octagon Hall was pretty intense.
And that's the distillery that your guys' main office is in?
Yes. Like I said, our first time out there, it was active, but it was one of those like calm kind of active. Like you could see them, you knew they were there, you could feel it. We got some, answers to some questions. I know my shirt got messed with because I'm the stupid one. I just sat in the middle of the trail. Everybody was like, hey, "What are you doing?" I was like, "No, I'm just gonna sit here." So I sat down and said, "If you're here, give me a sign." And about that time, they could see a shadow behind me and my shirt being pulled on.
Oh hell yeah, that's cool shit.
That was the first time we were down there. I mean, it just seems to have gotten stronger, and every time there's something different. My wife come down. She's seen a little Indian boy, or a little boy and a little girl. There's reason to believe that there is a Indian burial ground on site as well.
Okay.
So they're trying to. I know that Billy's trying to confirm that. I haven't heard that he did. The story behind it was Cooper Milton is he was having an affair. I guess I want to say it was his uncle's wife.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what his uncle. I was like, man, that's weird.
Bradley,
and so either his uncle or like his brother. I can't remember exactly which one it was. And then the guy ended up finding out, come and killed him at the distillery at where he was working, which was on the property. Then he went and chopped up, his wife. And then ended up killing himself.
Sweet. Wow. That's a lot of energy. I say sweet, but it's like,
Well, the Trail of Tears runs through there too. So.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
Guys. So yeah, I mean, it's just packed with fucking energy. We talk about that a lot on here too. How like objects hold energy. It's sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes people talk about the United States as a whole. It's not that old of a country, but the land is. Right. The land is very old, so a lot of stuff happens because of the land. You don't ever know what was there before. That's what's cool about it. And I think it's cool too when you try to find stuff on something that happened, but it's getting like either hushed or it's kind of hard to find information on it, because that just brings a little bit more. I don't know. It intrigues me a lot more.
I was going to say curiosity and intrigue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's what's cool about it. I love finding spots like that to where, you kind of get a lot of personal stories about it, but there's not a whole lot of information there. So then you can go and try to figure out what the hell it is, and you can spend a lot of time there, even multiple times going and visiting, trying to figure out what's going on in that particular spot.
Yeah. Well, and look at the area we live in too. I mean, there is so much paranormal activity all around us, especially up in the St. Louis area and just across the river, like,
Alton.
Like Alton.
Mm-hmm.
Alton's considered one of the most haunted small towns in America.
Right.
Have you guys done anything over there?
A couple of our hires in here in Missouri have done some things over in Alton. We have not yet. And the main thing is, like I said, I've been with Haunt Seekers for 2 years. However, the Missouri team's fairly young.
Right.
And so with COVID, it's been a little harder to go over to other states, and especially Illinois, and do anything.
Yeah, I would love to go over to like McPike Mansion and do some investigating over there, which is hard to get into. But there's so many other places. Of course, we've got Limp Mansion. I've been there numerous times. We've got the Missouri State Penitentiary. There's just so many places around us that have.
Even in Wildwood, you have Zombie Road.
I was going to ask you about Zombie Road.
Yeah, so we, the Missouri team, there was myself, Carmen, and Tanner. We, not the Tanner you guys know,
right.
but
okay.
We went down and we stayed until 10 o'clock because obviously they have a curfew.
Right.
And we could feel the energy. There were times when we were walking the trail where we all felt like something was sitting on our chest, was making it difficult to breathe.
Yeah.
You could smell just rotten eggs. You could smell sulfur. And so we are currently in the process of messaging the city of Wildwood, trying to get it where we can actually do an overnight.
Right.
But it sounds like
that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah, it sounds like they make you pay for like an escort. There has to be a police officer that escorts you.
Right. Well, and that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, probably
honestly, I've heard a lot of things about that road. I actually grew up in Arnold, so I mean, I know a lot of that stuff around there. I had brought up to them guys about doing an episode on Zombie Road, and we talked about it quite a bit.
Yeah, see, because I'm the thing is that our podcast is fairly young too. I mean, it's 2 years, a little over 2 years.
A little over 2
years we've been doing it. I don't want to rush into things that I want to kind of do.
You want to do them right.
I want to do an episode of us actually doing the investigation and everything we caught and everything, put that up. And then also after that, do a podcast episode of our afterthoughts, and all the stuff that we did there and what we thought and everything,
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of, I don't want to rush into anything. I kind of want to do everything right the first time,
Right.
Best I can anyway.
Well, yeah.
It's the same thing he tells his wife at night too.
But to a certain extent,
nope, I tell her it's a race. If you ain't first or last,
it's a race to the finish.
You ain't first or last.
Hey,
second place ain't bad for me.
There you go.
Second place ain't bad, but one time I came in third.
Oh.
That's always fun. Yeah. But things like that we could all get together on too, possibly on things like that.
For sure.
I'm really intrigued though to go down and do some investigations with you guys, especially in Tennessee, just because it's a different state. It's somewhere different I don't really know much about, and to make those connections and to have that that time, it'd be awesome, really.
Yeah.
And then another thing, with the attractions, it helps us out because we can get it out there, like with the haunted trail ride and everything like that. And then a few years from now, hopefully we'll have our own haunted attraction going and doing it too. So to be able to have other people to get that out there and get the information for us. And then we love co-promoting people.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no reason not to. That's the way I look at it.
And I love being touched in the dark in the middle of the night, so it works.
Well, you're going to have a lot of fun there at Tennessee. They like to touch everybody.
Cool.
And it's not just the ghosts.
And it's not your family.
X lives there.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
There is a house in DeSoto, my grandparents, that was their house up until they died. Almost my dad's, he grew up there, and it was always very haunted. My dad had occasions where he had a chair that just spun around like crazy in his room or in the living room, and he used it to mess with his friends. And my family doesn't own it anymore, but I would love if I could find out who does, if they would let me come down and do
Oh yeah,
an overnight there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
especially with the fact that both my grandparents died in the home.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So,
yeah, that's funny.
I'm currently living in a house where one of my great-grandparents died in.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's got a super.
Yeah, he's got some crazy stories about his land.
And we're going to be doing an investigation there too. So, there's a lot of cool shit to come, really. It's just with YouTube. Like, we upload our stuff to YouTube as far as video-wise right now, and it's just kind of, I don't know what's going on with them. They hit you on everything. Like, you have a split second of a song, or a movie clip or something, they fucking demonetize your shit, and then they want to give you a strike. And
right.
I don't know what to do with that yet. I'm still going to make videos. It's just eventually we're probably going to have to make our own website. I know, but you know, that's all part of the game. We're getting to where we want to be at, making connections with people like you guys.
Right.
We have some other connections. Like we have an author that we know, DA Roberts out of Springfield, you know, and he's a pretty awesome guy. He's a police officer, kind of retired, semi-retired, I guess you would say. But see, what's cool about that is then we have a connection to an officer who's in the city. Gives us an easy way to get into. You know.
Right. We actually just hired a guy on the Missouri team. He is a officer out in Lincoln County.
Oh, Lincoln County, Missouri?
Cool.
Yes.
I used to live up there.
Yeah, I lived in Winfield Foley, so I was.
Hey, I'm from Winfield.
Yeah, I was a firefighter out there for about 4 years.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's exactly where I was from. I was there till I was about 7 years old.
You probably helped put out your crack house.
No, I never had crack. Meth, yeah, but I don't know crack. But my family still.
You were the
lives.
one that tried to kill me. No.
Yeah.
Now, it was really cool, DA, having him on the show. He was telling us, you know, because of his background in law enforcement and stuff, you know, he still has credentials. He said it's really funny whenever I go places. Like he had talked about going to Eureka Springs, going to the Crescent Hotel. Yeah. And, you know, whenever he was checking in, you know, he asked him, you know, hey, what about us looking around? Is there anything, you know? And the lady at the desk, she said, well, you know, she said, with your credentials, you're a cop. She said, you guys can pretty much do whatever you want.
Nice.
So I got my fake badge coming in.
It worked out, pretty good. Yeah. It's also going to come with his fake ID because he's only 13.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mentally. Well, you know.
12.
Well, yeah.
It is what it is.
But yeah.
It's all right,
man.
that'll be our secret.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to doing some investigations and things, and you know, hopefully we get everything worked out with the haunted trail ride this year. Is going to be pretty cool for us.
Yeah.
We're rounding up a bunch of old campers that aren't worth anything, and we're gonna put them out there for props and shit. So
yeah, the setup is really it's so cool, man. Last year, last October, man, it was pretty fucking fun. The weather was perfect, and you know, I had ideas and full potential what it could be. Mm-hmm. And then we got JT, you know, he does like a big setup at his house, builds his own props and everything here. But Bradley's going to have him, you know, kind of running it the way he thinks he should look and this and that. And
I finally found that harness too that we've been talking about.
Oh, he's going to put a harness on me.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Going to walk me like the dog.
But yeah,
paranormal sex swing.
Have you guys going
to have me in a ball gag, fucking lapping water out of a bill?
No, I said my balls are going to make you gag.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense, actually.
Yeah.
Have you guys have you guys seen any kind of or heard of any kind of thing like that that's pretty popular out there as far as trail rides go, for side-by-sides, mud park, or anything like that actually has a actual haunted, you know, trails?
So I can't remember if there's one in Texas. There are a few out there, but it's so difficult when you're dealing with the elements. Yeah. Right, when you're dealing with the elements.
Yeah.
You know, when you have trails that you're kind of open to whatever Mother Nature decides that she's gonna fuck us with.
Yeah.
And it is
that
Missouri.
Mother Nature, she's a bitch.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Like last October, the weather was perfect.
Yeah,
was awesome,
October
man.
was very nice. It was
awesome.
Definitely different.
I loved it. So, and that's the thing with this one, we're planning on making it fucking, like we said before, eye-catching, something that no one else has done or seen, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta have something that stands out, even if it's just a scene or, you know, actors. I mean, your actors can make it. That's what I tell everyone. Your actors make it huge. People don't care if you have the same scenes, but if your actors are, you know, stand out, that's what matters. You know, Dexter, he's one of them for the float.
Oh,
Screecher's
yeah, dude.
another one.
He kills
Screecher's
it.
another one for the float. So is Dolly, you know.
Yeah, see, like
the float, you know, we were down there this year and or last year, sorry, and you know, I was pretty impressed with what they're doing down there, man. You know, I wasn't expecting that kind of scale in a small area like that, you know.
Right.
You know, they're actually doing a really good job. Dexter actually took me over to the Rising this year, and I know you guys did a review on that.
We did.
I was pretty impressed with that. That was a pretty cool. I remember there was this guy. He was a clown wearing a suit. I don't remember what his name is, but that guy was phenomenal, man. He was working the line, was back and forth, you know, and then of course their main character is Big Man, you know, and he was all up in everybody's face, and you know, I just really like what they were doing there, you know.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, see, that's like, with the trail ride too. Like I've been there since he started. Was it 3 years now? 3 or 4? 3 years.
3 years.
And like I had this wolf costume, you know, and now people expect to see the Wolfman there because
Wolfman's
like so. I mean, like we scared the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Or the piss. We literally scared the piss out of people.
Somebody pissed themselves.
That's always fun.
Yeah, you know, it's always fun whenever you hear the fucking Wolfman got me again. You know?
Well, speaking of that, Bradley, we had a new crate come in at work. I may need you to come by and pick it up.
Okay.
I got a killer idea for it.
I love it.
It's about the size of a refrigerator.
Okay.
Sweet.
So
yeah,
he's saying that that you could fit in it.
yeah. Oh yeah, you could fit probably 2 or 3 people inside.
Sounds like a perfect space for a dungeon closet.
I got some weird ideas for
Sex
it.
closet.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it's going to be pretty freaking cool, and I'm hoping that we may be able to get a hold of Dexter.
Oh yeah, he's already wanted. In fact, whenever we finally sit down to go through some stuff, he asked me if he could come over and sit with us.
Yeah, see, because like this, I think that this is going to be a big fucking thing that we can really make a good impression on, and we can get motherfuckers to travel to go. You know?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, man, this has been awesome.
It's cool the shit that you're doing, man. I mean, it's just freaking awesome. You know, you're working for this company, you're doing investigations, you're reviewing haunted attractions. Man, that's a freaking dream job, man.
What was your favorite review?
So my favorite review this year, haunt-wise, was actually Branson's Scream Park.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. My 12-year-old went with us. Obviously, we paid for him to get in. And he does really well. Like, I mean, he actually worked at the haunted float with me this year. So he's been around it he's been around it since he's like 4 or 5 years old. He's even went on paranormal investigations with us at the distillery. So we took him down there. We didn't really expect him to get scared. And there was a clown there's like a mirror maze.
It's always about the clown. What the hell?
Yeah, it was set up perfectly to where this guy was like all around us all the time. And my son was touching what he thought was a mirror, and it looked like one of the mirrors. Like they painted it exactly like the mirror. And my son went to touch it, and that clown went like this up against that it was like plexiglass, I guess. And my son, I had never seen my 12-year-old scream before in his life. And he jumped back, fell on his ass, and he's like, "Daddy," and I'm sitting there laughing.
That's cool.
That's
awesome.
man.
Daddy's not like, "Are you okay?" I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off, trying not to fall over because I'm laughing.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, so this sounds like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
and, you know,
for sure.
we'll definitely be in touch with you guys some more for sure.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can start. Are you guys still doing any kind of tours or anything down there in Tennessee right now?
Our next, we're gonna start up again in March.
Okay.
Actually, Garrett, our co-owner, and me are. My birthday is on Monday, and we're gonna throw our birthdays that weekend and also do a tour.
Sweet, yeah, we'd definitely want to get a hold of you guys and possibly do a tour, like just like all of us to do an investigation.
Right.
Yeah,
and that will definitely make that happen, and we're gonna be videotaping the whole trip, everything, you know, make a good show out of it and put it up on the tube and check it out.
We can even take you guys over to where Cooper and them were buried. The cemetery is right down the road.
Oh,
nice.
Sweet. Awesome,
nice.
Man. That sounds great, brother.
Nice.
Well, man.
What about, are you planning on doing Transworld this year?
Actually, yeah, me and Tucker, and Garrett are actually planning on being there.
Okay, cool. I think Dexter and I are going to be there too.
Yep.
We have been talking about that a lot. They've moved it back now to May.
Yes.
So, which actually works out better, I think.
Vacation, so
huh?
I'm supposed to be going on vacation. So if it all works out, I will only be back for 4 days, and then I'm heading to Transworld.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been wanting to go to it for a long time, and unfortunately, it's always fallen like in March. And
right.
It always fell at a time where I couldn't make it.
Exactly.
This year I can make it. As long as COVID doesn't rear its ugly head, we'll be hooked up.
COVID doesn't fuck us all.
The election's over. That shouldn't be a problem.
We'll definitely have to meet up for that, man.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Definitely.
Right on,
awesome, man.
Well, it's been awesome, brother. For real. Appreciate you taking your time out to talk to us and kind of set the. I don't know what I'm thinking here, but make that connection and then we'll make this all happen, man. It'll be great.
Hell yeah!
Thank you guys for having me. It was awesome.
Right on, man.
Thanks for being here, man.
You guys want to give a shout out for your website where they can find you?
Yeah,
all
for
that
sure.
Good stuff?
So you can find us at Facebook's is Haunt Seekers United Nation fan page, and then the website is www.hauntseekersunitednation.com.
Hell yeah!
Man. Awesome, brother.
Awesome, man.
We appreciate you.
Well, it was cool having you on, man.
Much.
Thanks.
It was nice talking with you guys and messing around.
You too, man. We're gonna have to get you back on here, dude.
Always.
All right, man.
All right, guys. That's it. That's it for the the podcast.
That was killer, man. We had Adam on the show with us, man. I'd love to do some of the shit he's doing, man.
For sure.
Soon enough.
Hell yeah.
But anyways, guys, that's the end of this one. We appreciate you. We love you, horror fam. And as always, until next time, keep it creepy.